Welcome back to my snug as we reflect on another question straight from the lips of Jesus. Let me read that question for us, then set it into its context. Here's Jesus' question for today. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? That question was sandwiched with the following words. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Following on from the Sermon on the Mount and yesterday's question, Jesus surprised his listeners then and us today with a staggering description of a different kind of behavior and lifestyle expected from his followers, and it has to do with a fundamental change of heart. That's your heart and my heart. Jesus picks on several areas of everyday life to illustrate or to make his point. Let me paraphrase a couple just for brevity. He says, you have heard it said, do not murder, but I tell you that anyone calling someone fool with anger in his heart is equally guilty. You have heard it said, do not commit adultery, but I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman with lust in his heart has already committed adultery in his heart. Jesus then is getting to the heart of the matter, which is our heart, your heart, my heart. As one commentator put it, merely avoiding murder and adultery does not get to the heart of the problem, because underlying these outward acts are the fundamental attitudes in us of hatred or lust or covetousness. Where the heart is not right, drastic action is needed to correct it before it results in outward sin. So today's question, if you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Well, what could the reward be for loving those who don't love us? It could just be that as we reach out and make a difference to those who are rude, critical, unjust, or unkind towards us or our family, that at that moment a light goes on for the individual, and over time it draws them to Jesus. What a great reward one day to stand in heaven and be greeted by that rude driver who cursed us for our parking, or the rude customer who abused you when you were waiting on table. Let's reach out today in love as we reflect on Jesus' word that maybe prick our hearts to love those who do not love us, to love those who have been or are our enemies. Let me encourage us all to reach out and make a difference with a heart of love. See you tomorrow.